Let me stay with you. Even asking you just one night. I'm not about your life, but tell me 'cause we still have time. I can still look at you, but do you feel the same, don't you? Let me stay with you. Even asking you just one night. I don't know about your life, but tell me 'cause we still have time. I can't say I can't love you, but do you feel the same, don't you? I think of you every moment. I think of you every moment. I can't say I can't love you, but do you feel the same, don't you? I think of you every moment. There's nobody else. I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off without the same mistake. Darling, will you go away? It won't be as simple for you.
now it's just like, man, you got to have that time where you just like disconnect from the scene, just the race. Like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, you know? But you have to step away from it.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Sunday Cup. I have here with me today the lovely caster, Clubmate 007.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am CM007 and I welcome you on this beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Today we've got a match between CBS, which is the Pot 1 team, and we've got Adaptive, the Pot 3 team. It'll be their first matches of the tournament. Wondering what sort of like going to end up coming out here today. We do expect CBS to take this one away. They're pegged as sort of being the favourites in the tournament. They did have incredibly good showing in Split 1, going nearly undefeated. They went undefeated in their actual games. They only dropped a single match. So I think they had an overall record of, what would it have been, 18-1 total in their games. So definitely a dominant showing. And Adapt is one of the newer teams in the league, joining after Split 1. Haven't seen too much of them so far, but we'll see how they do.
Yeah, oh man, I'm very excited, but never underestimate the little ones. You said CBS as probably the main character here in this game, but don't write the lower ones off, and I'm very excited. Maybe Adaptive can work some special team comms out for game 1 or in both games. Some cheese would be nice.
Yeah, definitely. There's always a good underdog story here, especially with the new patch that's come out. There's all different AD carry items. Assassins are incredibly strong. Karthus is absolutely broken. So we'll see what actually ends up unfolding, because there is a lot to talk about with this new patch, and until teams figure out sort of what they want to play and what's incredibly strong, we could definitely see some upsets from teams that figure out the meta first.
Yeah, that's for sure. And after some exciting MSI games today, we have coming up 2 exciting games, or 3 exciting games, I should say, for now. And let's introduce you both teams, ladies and gentlemen. We have CBS in the first game on the top side, starting with Setter Dormu in the top lane. Insanity Wolf will be the jungle for CBS. Slipsy Cat in the mid lane. And down in bottom lane, we have the beautiful Ju Yasu as AD carry and Little Sparrow as support. Then on the red side, we have Adaptive, starting with It's Able in the top lane. Mr. Green Sheep will be our forest guy in the jungle. Derping support will be the carrying mid laner for today. Wally SSA and Daniel Lizard as AD carry and support will be your bottom partner. So very exciting lineup, both teams. And let's see who is going to take the win in game 1. Should be in the champ select anytime soon.
Hopefully so. They just need to go ahead and get it kicked off, and then we'll move over to draft and sort of see what comes out. I'm excited for the drafting phase, actually, just because, like I mentioned, we're on this new patch. The meta that we're playing on is going to be different to the sort of like MSI meta that everyone's been watching. And yeah, it's going to be a cool one. We'll see what actually sort of like gets picked up, what teams think are ready. You know, yeah, just excited to see what's going to come out, because there's a lot of things that can actually be picked up right now. A lot of power picks, a lot of strengths. So we'll see how it all unfolds.
Oh yeah, I'm so excited. Maybe we can see some old champs back in the game. Would love to see some newer champs that was played like 4, 5, 6 weeks ago the last time, or probably a year ago. And if you pick any, I will be AFK, because that's a boring champ. Come on, we all see MSI, and that's kind of boring. So please don't pick any here.
Well, we will be flicking it over to the draft. So we'll go ahead and see what actually comes out from these 2 teams. Just see what they go ahead and ban away, and it's going to be the Riven for the first pick.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's one of It's Able's most played champions. 70% win rate on the Riven, countered by the Belweth. That's interestingly to see the Belweth gone as well.
Yeah, it's a huge power pick in the jungle, as long as it's sort of like piloted well. It's very good when you've got yourself a strong bot lane, because much like champions like the Nidalee, what you can do is you can actually get this strong bot duo and split the map. And it just means that you have complete and total pressure and just get your bot lane snowballing ahead. It's really popular with the Callisto lanes. Unfortunately, she's not in the meta right now, but it still works with something like Draven.
especially now with the Rage Blade boosting your champ as well. And another good champ to ban away the Belveth here. And we have always see the Seraphine. We talked about the Seraphine as control mage in the mid lane, now banned away, followed by the Akshan for the red side, and the Sejuani and Vladimir on the blue side, banned away against Adaptive here. And Ornn, the first champ.
Yeah,
that we will see today.
This is a pick that we've seen quite a lot from CBS, especially during Split 1. They will actually just flex this either in the top or jungle. I do actually expect them to play it in the jungle, though. They're a big fan of it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And now the Aphelios is on the Rift, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about this 10 minutes ago. Aphelios quite harshly to play in the elo, but some players managed to know him even better now, and he is back in the game, followed by the Lissandra in the mid lane, probably.
I would have liked to see just the Aphelios fresh getting slammed in here because it's incredibly powerful as a duo.
Yes.
They go with the Lissandra instead, which is it's a really safe blind pick. She can get punished, but she's never really sort of like down and out, and she's always got a lot of use in the game. But yeah, here comes the Morgana. It's something that CBS has also played quite a bit. They love picking the Morgana. It's going to be incredibly useful if they do want to go ahead and pick up that fresh, because it neutralizes him, and it's also really good against Lissandra. It stops one or two of her CC options coming down, just depending on how much AP she actually has. So just with the expected picks and the picks that we have so far, she should be getting a lot of value out of that Morgana pick.
Yeah, but don't mind, Morgana is also flexible to the mid lane. Not that very impressive so far, but seen quite some time. But with the Veigar coming up, my thoughts are just denied. So we have probably the Veigar back in the mid lane, or we have a complete swap and the Morgana in the mid lane and the Veigar support. But I don't think we are this far with cheese.
I think this is just going to be the Morgana support. It'd be really interesting though to pick the fresh into the Morgana. I would have.
It's still.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure about picking the fresh into the Morgana. I think they just want to keep the safe, like good duo together. What I would have preferred to see is something like a Lulu. Lulu can punish the Morgana in lane, can actually bully her out of the lane, pop the black shield quite early, keep the Ophelio safe. It still works. Basically looking for sort of like these enchanters or even these poke mages. They work really well into the Morgana. The fresh, however, does sort of fall behind in lane and kind of gets neutered, so we'll see how it ends up playing out, but I'm just not too keen on the fresh being picked third there when you've already seen the Morgana.
That's for sure. And we see the K-Sante followed by the Olaf banned out. Olaf, another champ for it's able for the top lane. 65% win rate on this champ. And now the Samira, the last champ for Adaptive to ban away, followed by the Fiora. So really, really top side bans here for CBS. Very, very interestingly, so they respect the top lane pick. I love that.
Usually what I would expect with the bans that have come out from CBS is that I'd be putting this on into the top lane, and we could still see that. I'm just sort of like holding back judgment, because I still think they're going to put it in the jungle and pick something else in the top lane. I think they're just banning away these matchups preemptively, depending on what pick they've got in mind.
Yeah. So, the Amumu in the jungle.
Yeah, I'd expect it to be in the jungle.
Very, very interestingly for derping. Oh no, so for sorry.
I'm expecting the Jinx here, not the
Caitlyn.
I think it's going to be the Jinx for sure.
Going to be the Jinx.
Swapped off at the last second. Okay.
So, Caitlyn Morgana lane, pretty strong in the late game. In the early game against the Aphelios, that's pretty harsh. Yeah, you have the extra range. Caitlyn, huge auto tech. Well, wait a minute.
What are these hovers? I hope this is just little... Wait.
What?
It's
That's
Morgana
the
jungle.
in the jungle.
Yeah, it's Morgana jungle. They've actually picked in order. They've just thrown us off completely. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I'll be honest.
Oh my goodness.
I think I would have preferred Morgana in the bot lane just because it does neuter that fresh. But... I mean, yeah, if they can pull the Morgana jungle out and actually perform well with it. I'll reserve judgment until it actually happens. There are a lot of picks that the Morgana is incredibly valuable against. The thing is that there's just so much CC on the side of adaptive here that they will eventually blow through that shield and be able to sort of like get that CC down. But it's still going to be a very effective champion, especially for skirmishes when it's not a full team fight.
Yeah.
And
Well, did they really pick in order? I think that's the first team in now 8 years of casting myself. I see this one. I'm just like watching, looking at the screen like, I can't believe it, mate. I can't believe they just picked in order. That's probably the first team I've ever seen doing this in a competitive game. Oh my god, this is crazy. And the Morgana jungle, I think that's the first time since I think it was season 5 when I saw Morgana the last time played in the jungle. There was a small timestamp in season 5 or season 6 where Morgana was very, very overpowered in the jungle. It was very interestingly.
what would be really interesting for me, at the very least, is to see how the Morgana jungle actually performs with all of these new changes. So,
Yeah.
you have... Oh, you've got so many new items. It's really, really, like, difficult to talk about how much new stuff there is in the game. So, there's been an overhaul of a lot of the support enchanter items. The sort of tank and engage supports weren't really touched item-wise. You kind of itemize the same. But Enchanter's got a massive change. So, I'm not too sure what you'd actually end up building on her. I'm trying to think of... It's like the green pot. I've already forgotten the name of it. I've literally just built it in a game that I played. But that's coming out for a lot of the enchanters. I kind of expect it to just be the Leandri's... be Leandri's Anguish, because they got the on there.
But it's 200 gold expensive now, the Leandri's. So I don't know if it's the right choice here, because it's now a bit more expensive than normal.
It'll be alright. You get a collector and get 8 kills with it. It'll offset that 200 gold.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Problem solved. That's easy. But maybe let's talk about the set and Ornn, because okay, you have the Ornn pretty high physical damage against the set that can shred you with his 2/3 items. But Ornn, don't underestimate the Ornn. The base damage is insane. So I think in the early game, Ornn, we can see probably 1 or 2 solo kills against the set. What do you think?
Possibly. So the Ornn and set lane in the early stages should just be a sort of like back and forth trading of waves. There shouldn't be any massive advantages gained by either top laner, as long as they're on even footing. However, the later the game goes, the set's going to be able to sort of just be a split push threat. You're mainly going to want him there to be able to just ult the Ornn away whenever he tries to call the Ornn horn and sort of like get that knock. The thing is there's a Morgana. And Morgana's going to black shield this on whenever the set tries to do that. So set's just going to go into the enemy team without even having the on there. And
yeah, and he still got his Bellows Breath, so you shouldn't forget that. He can isolate himself from the set ultim by himself, so he don't need the Morgana black shield when it's timed perfectly.
Yeah, the old strategy, I think 4 years ago now, was just to pick set into the Ornn, ult him away every time he tries to ult and just neutralise it. Not as effective anymore. It might just be set picked as comfort, but
yeah,
we'll see how that one goes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the loading screen, ready for game 1 to get started. I'm very excited. We have CBS on the blue side and Adaptive on the red side. And for now, it's just the black screen. I hope that... Oh, no.
It's changing for me. We're all good. League of Legends is back to doing League of Legends things, as you'd expect.
Even in the MSI and the professional cars have problems with spectator mode, so that's fine.
Oh, it's an absolute nightmare. It really is. League of Legends client always working, always fantastic.
That's perfect. I remember when I wanted to cast a very, very interesting and high-class game. That was back 3 years ago. I started the stream, and the first message I got in the chat box was like, yeah, 2 minutes ago there was a spectator bug, and now spectator is disabled. I was like, no way.
Incredible.
Oh man, that was so sad, because that was the semi-final of a tournament. So
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Yeah.
so yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, we are onto the rift, and we see Adaptive just walking down the bottom lane, seeing the Milo here, and the pinks will come out, spotted. Nothing, no more action required. The vision in the bush. Oh, the back hole stopped here by the Thresh.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to sort of like get some information level 1, maybe look for a pick. But CBS is just going to go with this 5-point start. There's no way that they're going to be able to win a level 1, so quite smartly they just sort of back away. And yeah, just going to chill out, stick with this 5-point start. Didn't really gain much info. They don't know where the jungler is actually starting. But Ward's going to go down there, try and spot them out the Raptors when they go path that way. So we'll see how Morgana's pathing actually goes.
That seems pretty good. So we have the blue buff start for Mumu, of course, and the blue buff start for the Morgana.
There's that valuable info. So both junglers know which side of the map the other jungler is starting. We've got the ward in the top side, placed by the adaptive top laner, Abel. So that'll spot out the jungle, and they already know that they're going to be starting in the bot side because they saw them earlier. So jungle is going to be on opposite sides of the map.
Yeah, and Mumu way faster than the Morgana here. Another interesting thing to see, how fast is the Morgana pathing and helping out their side lanes, or probably in the mid lane. Mumu is a normal jungle champion and Morgana isn't, but that means nothing today in the meta. So it's interesting to see how fast is the Morgana, for example, ganking down in bottom lane. You see the Mumu just cleared out his whole blue side jungle. Morgana also pathing towards her Raptors, so the Mumu is quite fast here.
Yeah, you can see Amumu is sort of like... I think they're just sort of wrapping around. They haven't cleared their topside yet, maybe looking for information. They knew that she started on that blue anyway. I'm not too sure why he went in there and slowed his clear down to go get that ward, but at least they definitely have the information that the Morgana's going to be on the bot side. Shouldn't matter too much, just because the bot lane's pushed all the way in. There's not going to be any threat of a kill, I don't think. But it'd just be them contesting the Scuttle Crab in the bot side because they have push.
We see some good damage from the Caitlyn.
Oh, that's a tower shot. This could be a kill.
Oh, another face maker into the Haymaker now. The set has to flash away, and the first blood for the Own with the auto attack. That was way too aggressive by the set here.
Yeah,
and an
huge
easy
mistake.
pickup. That was quite huge.
Yeah,
the Haymaker.
Yeah, taking the tower shot there, just sort of like being too overextending the lane, burning the flash into the bush to drop the vision, but the Ornn can just follow it up. But there is going to be a gank in the top side here.
Yeah, nice bandage toss from the Amumu, no flash on the Ornn. Give the kill over to the set. Nice face breaker to collect it. And it's a 1-for-1 in the end, but teleport used by the set to get back in lane. But nice follow-up by the Amumu to get the counter kill here.
The wave here, the wave is pushing for adaptive though. This is going to be a huge gank opportunity. Will the bounding land?
Instant cleanse used. Nice dark binding by the Morgana, and the summoner is used by the Aphelios.
Oh, this wave
no
state
worries
is
at
awful.
all. They're looking for round number 2. Morgana is waiting in the wings.
They don't have any vision. They've got no wards that they can actually place down.
And they've
both got a ward charge. They could actually ward this over the wall, but maybe they just think she's not there.
Well, meanwhile in the mid lane, the baby cage used, and now the Morgana looking for another possible gank.
Yeah, binding
Not
just went a
this
bit
time.
wide there. He did actually throw it out, but the binding went wide. Phileas was able to sidestep that one, so it doesn't amount to any more. And Morgana's now pathing towards the mid lane, but will be spotted on the board, I believe. Pan it over there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, spotted on the board.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, we see the strong thing about the Veigar against the Lissandra here. I think the claw won't go through the cage, if I have this in mind correctly.
The Amumu here has passed over a ward. Sorry to interrupt, but the Mumu has passed over a ward. They definitely know he's there. As we see trading in here on the top side.
Meanwhile, top lane, nice bellow breath. Now the adaptive auto attack, and now the Q for the Collector. Second solo kill here for the Ornn, for the Forge God in the top lane against the set. Very, very interestingly, set way too aggressive here.
Yeah, he's down. He's
I think
down
that's
300
not
gold.
the way.
He was even, but he's just given the lead over to the Ornn. The Ornn's going to crash the wave, able to get a tower plate as well. Extending that gold lead a bit, probably about 500 up, denying experience and gold with the minions crashing against the tower. Just, yeah, really big overstep there from the set, just taking a bad trade and just getting solo killed, just making a mistake. And it's going to set them even further behind in a matchup that they really, really, really need to be ahead on. They need to have this side lane pressure, otherwise they're just going to lose out in the team fights.
Oh yeah, you can go through the cage. I wasn't quite sure about that, but that works. So Lissandra now level 6, Veigar level 6. Try to maybe move around the map right now. We have teleport available for both mid lane champs. Quite equal in CS. Although Veigar, nice cage
This is
plays.
gonna make a
And now the
solo
ultimate will
kill.
come
She has-
down, and Lissandra still has her ultimate available, but will flash away instead of ulting herself.
Yeah, she had the frozen
Should be
tomb.
smarter.
She might have been able to save the flash there if she just frozen tombed herself after the Veigar flashed. Because I don't know, even after the healing, if they had the damage to kill them, and they could have flashed anyway.
Yeah, probably. Again, another trade in the top lane. Was that now with the Conqueror, the Haymaker? The Showstopper is available. Now the Ornhorn will come through. No Morgana available. Knock-up will hit, but no other action in the top lane.
Yeah,
So,
just
yeah.
trading heavily back and forth. You can see the set's trying to crash it into the tower here as we see another trade.
Nice Bellows Breath. The Haymaker. The Showstopper is available. No Hay.
They don't have flash! They're gonna die! No? No, there was no other
he
tower here.
survived.
Damn you, directed
He's
camera.
Yeah, for that. All right, back in the bottom lane. Nice bandage toss. Curse of the Sad Mumu is available. The stun from the Aphelios. The flash away, and now the ultimate.
Ooh.
The Curse of the Sad Mumu. The flash away from the death sentence that would go wide. So you don't need to flash this Caitlyn, but better safe than sorry. And we get another kill for Adaptive in the bottom lane. Nice gank by the Mumu here.
Yeah, really big pick up there. Able to sort of just sneak their way into there, get the lane gank. Means we are going to see Dragon get kicked off. They can fight for this.
Oh, the cage is going wide. And now Lissandra trying to move into the Dark Binding. But the Frozen Clone is available.
This is just going to be a smite fight.
Oh, it's going to be a smite fight. The Black Shield, and it's smited away by the Morgana. With the death sentence follow-up into the baby cage. And Veigar's picking up his first kill of the game after nearly 10 minutes. So the first Infernal Break will head into the arms of CBS here. It's a free pickup. And now meanwhile, top lane, we have another fight for the set. And now we're getting to this point where, all right, set not is a
big
bit
stun, they're
behind
dead.
of the orb.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, with white. Ooh, that was close. That was close. 2 HP left, or how many is it? 100.
I didn't actually see the comet go down. Let me just double check. Yeah, the comet was on cooldown. If the comet was actually up there, they could have died. I thought the comet proc was going to come through, but luckily for this Lissandra, it didn't.
Yeah. And now we get to this, what I wanted to say, we get to this point where, all right, the set is not that far of the Ornn.
Gank
They
in the
are
bot lane
actually
though.
Gang in the bot lane. Morgana looking for the dark binding that goes wide. The play to interrupt the bot. She has the dark. She has the black sheet available, and now Thresh is just getting killed. Oh, Moonlight Vigil to 3 people. He can't do a thing. Ace in the hole. Easy for the Caitlyn. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a game with 5 kills now for CBS. 2 into the arms of the Caitlyn. And another fight in the top lane. Great face breaker. But now Ornn is on the chase. Bellows Breath to do some damage, but nothing more. And yeah, we have a 4,000 gold lead for CBS after 10.5 minutes. Another great volcanic rupture into the knock up the Ornn horn. The showstopper to get the thing countered.
They're
The
just
haymaker
gone.
with a
There's
little
no
bit
way
of
they get
shield,
out.
but should not enough. The flash away, the Bellows Breath with the last tick of that fire extinguisher. And now
Comes another one though.
Great counter of the knock up here, but that shouldn't be enough. The flash away from the Mumu here to being saved, question mark, because Morgana
they're
is on the chase.
They're
She has
very
her
dead.
pool available.
No.
Curse of the
W.
sad Mumi.
There it
This
is.
the flash, but the pool. It's enough, ladies and gentlemen. The first kill now for the Morgana against the Mumu here.
The game should go back into a lull state so you can take a breath. I say that though.
I would take a breath as well. I would love to. No man available for the Ornn. And now set with the auto text dark binding. Nice dodge. Goes wide. The face breaker. Oh, the Bellows
Should
Breath
just
a
be
bit
audible
too
count.
late. No ultimate available. And no chase continued. Ladies and gentlemen, that was interestingly. And that was exciting.
Yeah, minutes ago I really wanted to talk about that bot lane fight, but the action just kept on coming. You could see that the Aphelios really wanted to turn that. They did flash forward to try and finish off the Morgana, but Morgana was just about outside of range as soon as they flashed forward. They wasn't able to actually finish off the kill. It just meant they fell down as well, but instead of, flashing back, they went for the outplay. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them. Just gave over
Oh,
the other
another
kill.
baby cage in the mid lane. Now, there was the Comet proc you talked about 2 minutes earlier.
Yeah, we'll see. Is there any way that I can actually check to see how much damage it's actually doing? I cannot.
Well, meanwhile, another fight in the top lane. The face breaker countered by the Ornn and the Ornn horn.
That's the
Ooh,
interaction
the
we spoke
showstopper.
about.
That's the interaction, but the damage is not enough. Set, don't
Slap
have
him with
2,
the
3
wallet.
items. The volcanic rupture, the Conqueror try to heal, but not against the Ornn. Not yet with the Chakshaw available. Ornn is just standing in your face and doing so much damage. But
Yeah,
that's
Momo's just
interesting.
revealed himself on the ward though. They know he's there.
You know, he's there. The death sentence goes wide. Morgana looking for another gank here. Ocean Drake available in 30 seconds. Morgana still waiting in the wings.
Yeah, both teams are looking for a pick here in the bot lane before the dragon fight, but oh my god, that was incredible cancel.
Oh, that was so nice done. The dark binding, instant flash into the trap. And now Caitlyn trying to do some damage, but the death sentence. Thresh is still alive. No, he isn't. The kill picked up by the Morgana. The curse of the Sadamumu gets the double stun. Aphelios trying to do some work, but not against a 3-0 Caitlyn.
That was
And now the
brilliantly
Lissandra
played.
turned away from the Caitlyn. Frozen Tomb available.
they didn't
but the
know.
Veigar is here. Flash the Veigar ultimate when you still have your Frozen Tomb available. Oh my god, the primordial burst going through that Lissandra. Like a
Lissandra
knife through butter.
died with ult. Aphelios died with ult. Both of them had their ultimates there. If the Lissandra was there first, she might have been able to... Well, if Lissandra was there earlier with using that ultimate, she might have been able to turn the fight. She had the teleport up as well. Aphelios also wasn't able to get his ultimate off in that fight. It's just little things like that that could have made the difference because the Morgana escaped on very low health.
And if they get the Morgana here, the Thresh should have been alive as well, because it was the Morgana that picked him up with, I think it was the Dark Binding or the Pool. I'm not quite sure. But he was killed in the end close to the Morgana. And now the first turret is fallen in the top lane. Meanwhile, the Rift Herald taking some turret platings. No, they're gone. But taking some turret damage for Adaptive here. The objective bounties are on.
Yeah, 8,000 gold lead 15 minutes into the game. It's as long as CBS can actually go ahead and close this one out, should it all but be dusted. You've got a massive gold lead in the bot lane. They're up 2,000. In the mid lane, 2,400. In the jungle, you've got nearly a 2,000 gold lead. And in the top lane as well, you've got a 2,200 gold lead. So all of your solo lanes and carries ahead. And there's the self-fault that we had earlier.
Alright, but that's the Frozen Tomb we talked about, but the W from the sky will shut down the Lissandra here. Nice play by her, but the Frozen Tomb keep you steady.
Yeah, Veigar just
looking...
puts the Lissandra into the dirt there. Just waiting for this Frozen Tomb, timing the ultimate a bit, timing his abilities. Just killing her as soon as she comes out of that Frozen Tomb. You see a gank in the top lane?
Oh yeah, a bit too greedy maybe here for the Ornn, looking for the demolished proc.
Get the blast cone! No!
He escaped the blast cone over the wall. No!
Amumu could have walked ahead and hit the blast cone. He could have blast coned the Ornn back into the set. That could have been a free kill, but he's just able to walk out and hit the blast cone himself and get to safety.
This is insane. That's the third misplay of today for Adaptive here. The Ornn should have been dead by any reasons, but the way that he escaped is actually so huge.
Baby Cage is down.
CBS.
Oh, he walks into it.
Dead. Oh, the bandage toss goes wide into the Glacial Arms. Oh, the Dark Passage to keep him alive. The Thresh, the game changer here for the Mummy.
Yeah, massive lantern there. Unfortunately, the Amumu actually misstepped walking into the cage, but we see Flash.
Flash, Dark Binding over the wall. The Death Sentence, no Black Shield available. The box now, it's proc. Morgana trying to stay in the ultimate. And now the Mummy flies in, shut down 600 gold into the pocket of that Amumu. Veigar is here. Oh, the damage onto Thresh. He's deleted. Oh, great phrase breaker from the set. The curse of the set. Amumu is not the Haymaker to do some true damage. And this is a huge fight. Second shutdown for the Amumu here. And he's got like 1,500 gold of 2 kills. And this is huge. Not the champ you wanted to be the shutdown zone. But still, you've got the gold. And you are a little bit back in the game.
Yeah, it's a massive turnaround from Adaptive there. Huge overextension from CBS trying to push onto that. Just, you know, pushing for the kills all the way up to the inhibitor on Adaptive side, and they're just able to turn it around. They do have a better team fighting comp when you look across the board. You've got the Curse of the Sad Mummy, you've got the Frozen Tomb, you have the Showstopper from... Is it the Showstopper which is the ultimate?
Yeah, the
Showstopper. Yeah. So you got the Showstopper from the set as well. These are big, massive AoE ults that can absolutely carry a fight, and I've got more CC. Importantly,
yeah.
So if CBS overstep and they actually do sort of go for these plays, they need to be very, very careful about the turning power that Adaptive have. But this is still absolutely a gargantuan gold lead, and we see just Assandra's dead.
And now, oh no, great body block from the Aphelios here.
Will she tick?
To keep her alive. The last tick? No. She will
She must
survive.
have been about 20 health.
Probably.
Dark Binding lands!
Oh, the Dark Binding over the wall. No cleanse available. And my lord. That damage from the Veigar is just
like
insane.
watching an English free kick.
Oh, the Curse of the Sadamumu. 2-man ultimate, but no follow-up. He's quite alone. Bandage toss to keep him alive, to knock him into the Ornn. The box available. And the Black Shield knows to see onto the Ornn here. And now Caitlyn looking for more. No, not yet. Yeah, but there was one fact about the last team fight, not this one, but that down in bottom lane it was a 4v5, and we shouldn't forget this. And now with the Ornn, CBS was looking so much better than in the 4v5. much more coordinated here. And they're looking for the third Drake. The Hextech Drake will be the next one. And the Hextech Soul in 5 minutes should be available as well. In 4 minutes. No, 5 minutes.
Oh, this could be an overstep here from the Fresh. Flash
The
forward.
Fresh. Oh, look at that damage. The trap placed. How about the depths? And it's not enough. And now Amumu. Ooh, blocked by his Pillar of Flame.
Here comes the baby cage. Oh, they're
baby
dead.
cage
Oh, God.
into Everfrost Primordial Force Burst. And that's the easiest kill Vega just got today. And now the Herald in the mid lane, who meanwhile set and Amumu looking
incredible
for
cage.
the kill, but the cage is just insane. They should have called Nicholas, because that was the perfect cage here.
Yeah, really well played from Lipsy Cat. He is absolutely smurfing this game. Not only has he had some incredible cages going down, he's been able to burst Lysandra multiple times before she can get the Frozen Tomb off. He's been doing better roaming. He's just been controlling this game with the cages, being able to layer them down almost perfectly. And thanks to his efforts and the efforts of CBS, they've got a 10k gold lead, but
Morgana a bit too aggressive here. I think you're dead by any mean. No
Giving
help
over
at
to
all.
Aphelios
Giving
as
over
well.
the kill to the Aphelios, his first of the game. And that was a bit overstep. She was, I think they've seen her in the ward here in the bush with the ward. But she didn't bring her back call through. I think she stopped.
yeah, I think she just greeded there for the Raptors. She had no business being there when her team had already reset. It's only, how much is the Raptor camp? 120 gold, so
Probably. So
it's definitely
bad
not worth
word.
giving over the map pressure that you lose.
meanwhile, look at that.
This could be a
Lysandra
kill.
trying to fight the Ornn here. Why are you this aggressive here? The Frozen Tomb to lock him in place, but
Where's
the
the
set
Ornn
is around the corner. Well, look at that. It was a 1v1 scenario.
He's just standing
The
there
Ornn.
menacingly while the Baron is
Meanwhile,
going
look
down.
at that. Look at that. 2 down in bottom lane. Plus, no. Everyone is in the bottom lane. And they have vision on the Baron. Oh my goodness. This was great play by
Yeah.
CBS.
Baron
That
given
was
over
so
for free. The
That was so good. You see 2 people down in the bottom lane. First thing, all right, we have 4 around the top side. Let's go, Baron. That was so smart.
yeah, it was done on vision as well. They had full vision of it. Adaptive knew it was going on,
Yeah.
and they just give it. Binding lands. Trap down.
Finding trap down.
Beautiful
the kill.
combo.
The ace in the hole will not come through because Fresh is dead a bit early. Oh, the flash towards the Vega to lock him in place, but the burst is just insane. Look at his item. Frost. And now the show.
Oh my God, this damage.
Inside the turret. The haymaker.
Oh no!
The ace in
It's
the
not
hole.
blocked.
He walked into the cage. And now another double kill for CBS. Curse of the Sad Mummy. You're alone. You have no friends. They are all dead. Try to cry, my friend. And the Mummy is back in the fountain. And this should be it, ladies and gentlemen.
It's another
Fresh.
one.
It's another one.
It's another cage.
23 to 7 kills. Probably in the end. The inhib is open. The Nexus is open. Lysandra. No, you're gone. You're gone.
Yeah,
it's the
there's no
8th
hope
kill for
left.
the Caitlyn. And we have game 1 into the hands of CBS.
Yeah, definitely do. That was a bit of a stomp, to be honest. I understand it's a pot 1 against a pool 3 team, but as soon as they got the small lead in the early game, they just sort of like took it forward. And yeah, Lipsy Cat had an incredible performance there in the Veigar in the mid lane. Most damage in the game at 23,000, eclipsing everyone else. Followed by the
So
Caitlyn
much
at
gold.
18,000. Constantly stunning people with the baby cage. Constantly getting good ultimates off, just executing people, and just overall just controlling the pace of the game just from the mid lane onwards.
Oh, yeah. And what surprised me most is like probably the Morgana here in the jungle. Managed to find the dark bindings to help her side lanes, to help the bottom lane, to help the mid lane. and just keep up the pressure against the Amumu here that had a fantastic gank in the early game. But, I mean, he just fell apart with his team, and the Morgana kept steady. That was quite amazing by her as well.
Yeah, it was very good. It's one of those traditional CBS drafts where you have absolutely no idea what's going where. This is a very common occurrence. It is quite hard to actually play against them just because you never really know, even with whatever they draft, where their roles are going. And yeah, it definitely worked out for them this game. They fooled us in the draft as well, but executed it brilliantly.
Of course. And yeah, for me, the Vega here, definitely the MVP for the game number 1. I think, what's your opinion?
Yeah, definitely. I'd go with the Vega, just because
The cages.
Yeah, wow.
The cages are just the probably the one down in bottom lane with the double stun onto the set, and I think it was the Lissandra just to escape was just phenomenal. It was just insane. The placement, the timing. I know the time when the Vega cage was instant back in season 4, there was no timing needed, but now with the delay of, I think, 0.35 seconds, or was it called? I think, or 0.5.
Yeah, I think it's half a second
so
delay.
hard. Yeah, it's so hard to land this cage after cage after cage, just steady, to keep it steady. Well, he managed to do that, and that was huge respect here for that timing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, what else is there to say, really? I mean, everyone on CBS, I think, had a really good game.
Yeah.
The other member that really impressed me was Little Sparrow on the Melio. Not only was he able to stop a lot of engages with that fireball kick, ultra fireball kick. It's got some weird name like that. But
yeah.
really good cleanses. He had to cleanse himself, and he was able to cleanse his way out of a lot of CC and just sort of stay alive, keep the team running. So he had an absolute incredible performance as well. Yasuo as well, following up on a lot of the CC that was actually going down. They would put the trap down, get the combo off. So your normal one would be sort of like put the trap down, get an auto off in between the animations, hit him with the 90 caliber net, put the Piltover Peacemaker through, and then get the auto off, just absolutely dominating, just ruins people's health bar. It does so much damage.
Absolutely, and I think I have to add that Yasuo probably played the most aggressive Caitlyn I've seen in years, flashing forward to place a trap underneath the Thresh that was stuck between the wall and the rest of the turret. At the end, I think it was 2-3 minutes earlier before the game ended. That was just insane. To flash forward to place a trap underneath was just brilliant. And of course, the Milo, you talked about it. The deny in I think it was minute 6 or so, when the Amumu tried to set up a gank, and with the bandage toss interrupted to get the extra range between Milo and Amumu, so the bandage toss won't connect. It was just delicious to watch.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they had so much good. I mean, there was so much CC, so much follow up. There was a lot of. There was really good chaining of the CC, so they wasn't layering it too much, so the CC would lose value, which is really impressive to see. And yeah, I mean, the game was a stomp, realistically, wasn't it?
It was definitely. Boy, it was so good to see. And Adaptive had their moments, so I will give them that. For example, the first Mumu gank to get the Ornn counter kill, to the 4v5 down in bottom lane. I think it was around the 15th minute mark. And so they tried to get some kills done. They tried to get ahead, but it wasn't. It was like the last centimeter that missed, and CBS managed to turn the game around because they had a pretty steady early game.
Yeah, they did. They were slowly building up leads. So you saw a small lead in the top lane before it was traded back with some mistakes, and they was even able to sort of get some early push in the bot lane. they were sort of like picking up those early kills, especially with the Amumu being out on the map, but slowly and slowly they started to build up, CBS started to build up this lead and were able to just eventually start to bring it to 2,000-3,000. They was moving around the map better, they had better vision control, they had better objective control, and yeah, they were just able to balloon their gold lead massively, and you could see Adaptive getting desperate, not knowing what to do on the map and just trying to force these plays to try and get themselves back in the game, and every single time they did that, CBS was there to counter it.
Of course, yeah, that was just insane. That was incredible to watch. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are minutes away or seconds away to get done into game number 2. No changes yet. The CBS stays on the blue side and Adaptive will stay on the red one. And we head into picks and bans for the second time here. And I was heard by you. I'm sorry.
No, you're
So
good.
Vladimir is the first champ that gets banned.
Yeah, real quick. So the losing team actually gets side selection. So Adaptive have actually chosen to go on the red side. I think maybe they're just more comfortable letting one strong pick go through and then picking up 2 strong picks of their own. They also get no, do they get last pick? No, they don't. So yeah,
they will get last pick.
I'm a bit surprised as to like why they've chosen the red side, but maybe it's just something they find more comfort on, being able to sort of get 2 power picks in as quick as possible. Maybe it also just stops.
Learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just a bit curious about the red side, but we'll see how it ends up working out. We'll see what their picks end up coming through with.
No changes yet. The same champs, different order. The Vladimir, the Sejuani, and the Riven. Or CBS banned away, and the with Akshan. And now the Caitlyn will be added to the champs that gets banned away. So respect the Caitlyn here as respect the Yasuo playing the Caitlyn here. Interesting. But
yeah, they definitely found
it
it difficult to deal with, but I think the bigger problem in that game was the Melio, as we might see the Warwick coming through for either the top or the jungle.
No. Swapped the last second to the... No! Talked too early, I was fooled. The Warwick, the wolf. The aggressive wolf.
Yeah, so you can kind of tell.
Position.
You can kind of tell by the name, but this is a huge pick for the jungler. Insomnia Wolf has played a lot of Warwick. Problem is, their top laner has also played a lot of top lane Warwick. So this is actually a flex pick that you probably wouldn't expect unless you've scouted this team and you know this team.
Yeah.
So we'll see if Adaptive is aware that this could actually be flexed.
That's what I wanted to say. Meanwhile, Xayah Rakan is picked up for the bottom lane. What I wanted to say is, like, if the Warwick, and if they do it, they pick in the order once again, I'm gone. I'm gone, but it doesn't look like it. Cannon is picked up. I think that should be a top lane Cannon here.
It should be, but this is CBS, so it could actually just be AD carry or support or wherever they actually want to play it.
Or probably they pick in order and it's jungle Cannon. You never know.
You never know.
God.
CBS do like throwing people off of their drafts. They have a lot of things sort of just in their back pocket. Their drafts are always very confusing to actually decipher, hard to predict. But there's the Lulu coming through. I do expect that to be Lulu support picked up, so most likely going to be a hyperscaling AD carry, something like the Jinx. You could also see the Aphelios work alongside it, like we explained last drafting phase.
Yeah.
So we'll see what they actually go ahead with.
We see the Olaf here. Probably could be the top lane Olaf that works against the Warwick and against tanks in the top lane. Let's see where the Olaf would go. Top lane or jungle position. Could be mid lane as well. We see Faker play the Olaf in the mid lane back in Season 5, so could be anything.
We've got a very old reference point there. I would expect the Olaf to go into the top lane because it works very well into both the Cannon and the Warwick. I do expect it to be Cannon in the top lane and Warwick in the jungle. It does work into the Cannon. All you've really got to do is hit a single axe and sort of like try and run them down. And Olaf in general, just in isolation, is an incredibly strong champion. As we see both hyper-scaling AoE carries We've got the Zeri as well as the Jinx, both banned away from CBS. Just
And
less
the
options
Mumu.
to go alongside the Lulu.
And the Mumu banned away, respected by CBS, and we have 5 AD carries if you include Belweth as an AD carry. Some do, some don't. I do in this fact, so we have 5 AD carries banned against CBS, so they do respect the Yasuo here. Which is pretty insane.
There's the Cogmore. Yeah, so there's the major winner of the recent changes to the items. The Cogmore is probably the best AD carry in the game right now. Pretty much entire games are often played around him. He is insanely strong. He's just an ideal candidate to go alongside the Lulu, and both the Lulu and the Cogmore should be able to pressure the Xayah and Rakan quite heavily. They've got more damage and they've got more range. They should just be able to bully them, get the push in, and all that matters then is that they stay safe and don't actually fall prey to ganks.
Extra movement speed, a lot of survival potential here with the wild growth onto the Cogmore. So should be interestingly to see how Rakan Xayah deal against the Cogmore Lulu. Meanwhile, we see the Trundle picked up for CBS, followed probably by the Corki for the mid lane. That's interesting. So probably Trundle in the jungle, Warwick top lane, Cannon mid lane? Or what? Or is the Cannon going to the mid lane?
Yeah, I think it's Cannon mid with Trundle in the jungle. Yeah, so the Warwick, like mentioned earlier, is a flex pick between both the jungle and the top laner. Both of them really enjoy playing it. The Cannon isn't something that I've seen from CBS before. I'm not sure if they have played it. There's a decent chance they have. We'll see how that one goes. But on the side of adaptive, I think we've got a pretty standard draft. You've got the Volibear in the jungle. Actually, it could be either Olaf or the Volibear. I will have to check. So in this case, it's Olaf in the top lane and the Volibear in the jungle, just because they're not in order.
Oh yeah, all right. So Corki against the Cannon. I don't know. I can't remember when I've seen the Cannon the last time in the mid lane. It's interestingly to see him back, with the Warwick combined and of course the Lulu. This is insane. You know, you mean you have the Cogmore, all right? That with the living artillery can fire from 1,000 kilometers off, you know, and the Cannon that can flank with the extra movement speed, landing a perfect slicing maelstrom. Oh my goodness, you have a lot of potential here. The Warwick locking people in place. This is just interesting to see, and I would love to see the outcome of the team comp from both teams, because it's not very common to see the Olaf back in the top lane and the Volibear in the jungle. That was years ago or weeks ago when these champs are played in the jungle and top lane, and the Corki, of course, in the mid lane. Interesting matchup.
The way that I can see this matchup actually playing out is you have the Cogmore just sort of hitting from range as much as possible, and then the enemy team on adaptive, you've got Rakan, Olaf and Volibear all trying to dive him and kill him. The Xayah herself is pretty self-sufficient, where she's got that ultimate. She becomes untargetable during that time, and then she can also self-pill when she rips the feathers back through people, root them in place, and also do a lot of damage. And the Corki as well is also just incredibly long range. He's got the rockets, and he also offers a lot of utility when he picks up his passive, when he goes in with the package. So what I would expect is Xayah to be self-sufficient and Corki poking from long range. The issue that I see is that there is a lot of protection tools there for the Cogmore on the side of CBS. Cannon ult is going to stun up anyone with the exception of the Olaf who gets anywhere near. Trundle is able to steal away the resistances of whoever's actually being a threat. Lulu has the polymorph. She's able to just completely neutralise a target whenever they try to get close. And
I'd expect the ability to knock people up with wild growth, and of course speeding people, giving your movement speed, slowing people. Everything. So I think that's 5 champs against the Lulu, in if you like to call that this way, because when the Lulu is alive, the Cogmore is unkillable. I call it. I believe it, and I'm very excited to see how this game will go.
Yeah, me too. I'm the one thing that I really want to pay attention to in this game is how late it actually goes, because Kog'Maw obviously just gets stronger the later the game goes, but so does the Corki. The Corki is a massive scaling threat, and if he's able to complete these items and he's able to keep landing these rockets, there is going to be a lot of poke coming out with no way to sustain it on the side of CBS. So we'll have to see if that poke can land, if they're actually able to kind of bully out the members on CBS using this Corki pick, and as long as they're able to keep this Corki alive, he will be a big threat. But we will be getting into games soon, just in the loading screen, and hopefully the League of Legends client doesn't decide to bug again, because it's the best client ever created.
Oh, of course. We love to work with a client that's insane. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you at home are excited for game number 2 between CBS on the blue side and Adaptive on the red side. We have the Warwick in the top lane, the Trundle in the jungle, the Cannon as our mid lane champion, and Kog'Maw Lulu is our bot lane comp for CBS. Meanwhile, Team Adaptive on the red side will head into the game with the Olaf in the top lane, the Volibear in the jungle, Corki as the mid lane champion, Xayah and Rakan down in bottom lane. Who do you think who's going to take the win? Just click on the chat box, type in hashtag CBS win or hashtag AD win.
I don't know if Adapted got spotted here going into this, but they will if they go close enough to that tower. Yeah, they're just going to get spotted now. They are in range of that tower. Ward's going to get dropped.
I'm wanting to get some vision down.
I will actually toggle vision just to see if they actually sort of like got spotted going through there. Yeah, they definitely would have. As you can see on my screen there, they would have got spotted going there.
Yeah.
So yeah, given information, all 5 members there, just getting a ward in the bush and backing away. I would have liked to see CBS actually move up into the top side of the jungle, knowing that all 5 members were there, and place a ward at that red buff, just to make sure that the Volibear doesn't start there, or you just place it near the Raptors to see when he does that. Also just helps out your mid laner so they don't get level 2 ganked. But they are just going to go ahead and start here on the top side, blue buff.
Yeah.
So again, split map.
Split map. Probably Trundle with the first gank down in bottom lane. Try to help out the Kog'Maw Lulu lane against the Xayah Rakan. Volibear early level 2 gank after the Gromp. We've seen everything. Could be a potential, but I think it's not going. Probably. I'm not quite sure. Let's see in a few seconds. The Olaf against the Warwick can throw his axes into the face of the white hyena. What's the English word? Hyena? How do you pronounce it?
Hyena?
Hyena,
yeah.
Hyena, because it's not the wolf, it's a hyena.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's a very cool skin. I'm kind of interested to see how this matchup plays out. In my mind, the Olaf does actually win this one, but the Warwick is actually running with a barrier. You can see they're just munching down on them every single time they can. They're running with a barrier, so whenever they actually get low, they can just pop the barrier, sustain up with the auto attacks in the queue, because they heal so much. You can see it here. Every single time they hit, it's 20 plus 21 to their health. But level 3 here from the Olaf. They do have to be careful.
The first X hit Ghost is available. The second one.
Don't dive too deep. He's got barrier.
Underneath the turret. We've seen this. The second X, the third X will hit, but will not kill the Warwick. Barrier is still available. Oh, he tried to bait the Olaf in to get the barrier out and to get the kill onto the Iceman here.
See, the thing is here is
with his E.
The Warwick just wins this now. Yeah, he's going to get level 3 just dead. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah, just that'll no life still available. Flash into the bush to deny the vision, and the bite. The first kill, the first blood by the Warwick, and it was a misplay.
Yeah, Olaf getting a good trade, but just ended up going a bit too aggressive and just taking too much damage. They not only got hit by the tower, but they also took another bad trade after that. And the Warwick can just infinitely sustain in these lanes. You need to make sure that you're either trading incredibly well, or you just don't really trade with him. You either need to win the all-in, or just don't let him sustain back up. You need the jungler there to cover for that, and I think that's just the top laner, Saffredormu, just knowing that matchup better than what Abel does.
Oh, grand entrance. Yeah, the try is always there for the Rakan to find a knock up here. But it's just centimeters out of range. And now Trundle with the first gang in the mid lane. The Vulture to get away. Cannon stunned up by the Volibear that showed around in the same time. And nothing more in the mid lane. Just the Corki and the Cannon escaped both junglers.
Just want to draw attention to the bot lane here. There's a massive CS in the top lane, but there's also a massive CS here in the bot lane. Something that was...
Meanwhile, top lane, no action required. Just Olaf walking out the
Olaf
fear.
dead.
But now the Q and another
It's less
slow
barrier.
Trundle is
No,
there.
he didn't
to
pop
flash
it!
over the wall. Oh, the last from the Olaf, and he gets the revenge.
He didn't use his barrier!
Why? We had... Wait a minute. Is this now meta? Don't use summoner spells. We have the Lysandra using ultimate, not ultimate, to deny the kill. And now we have a hyena that don't use barrier.
Yeah, there's just
Like,
mechanical
I-
misplays there. They're just slow on the reaction speeds here when they really can't afford to be in these games. So see, big stun here in the mid lane. Nice trade there with the electrocute, but they were just back away.
Great
But yeah,
shuriken.
before that action started going on, I just wanted to sort of like draw our eyes into the bot lane. The CS gap has closed a little bit because there was a reset here from the Cogmore. You can see they got the boots in the inventory alongside the coal. But what was mentioned here in the champion select was that the Cogmore Lulu has a massive, massive laning advantage as we see a terrible wave state here for the Olaf.
Yeah, he's just, oh my goodness.
Yeah, he can't
This
even
is,
walk up to the wave.
no.
He's nearly out of mana. He doesn't have the summoner spells. He's just going to get zoned away as the wave pushes. They need the Volibear up here in the top side to actually be able to break this freeze. Otherwise, the Warwick's going to freeze this at tower, and the Olaf's not going to be able to do anything.
Oh, the Blade Caller, the Feather Paws go wide onto the Cogmore here.
He's got 6!
Oh, he got the ultimate available. Look at the heal. Tried to die. And it's another kill for the Warwick. Great. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Trundle with the gank.
She's got
the
no
pillar
flash.
of ice is placed. The Cyan, there's no flash, no sums available, but the... Well, look at that. The damage from the Cogmore with the shield. Oh my goodness. And now they have a huge wave to collect. And maybe to get 1 or 2 turret platings if they are fast enough.
I think the
goodness.
call here is just to shove this wave into tower, make sure it crashes. Once it crashes, just get the recall off and just sort of like keep your tempo up. The Zion Rakan shouldn't miss too much. They should be here in time to actually collect a lot of these minions. And then we'll just see the CBS bot lane here base after they shove this in.
Well, yeah, but let's talk about the top lane situation. We have Warwick that timed his level 6 perfectly, and Infinite Duress, absolutely insane. Great placement by his ultimate, and the Olaf is just helpless. He can't do anything. Jaws of the Beast to get some health back. Jaws of the Beast to slide through the Olaf behind him, and the last auto to finish him off. Great play by the Warwick here in the top lane.
It's happening again. If I'm just going to pan the camera over to the top lane, if you look at the state of this top lane right now, you can see here that the wave is pushing in the towards the Warwick. It's just going to be the same situation again. The Volibear needs to be here. They need to be calling a jungler up here to bail them out. Otherwise, they're going to fall behind 2 levels. They're going to die again, and they're going to be zoned off of XP.
Oh, grand entrance to knock them up. Blade Caller is used. Oh, look at the mid lane. Slicing mess up. It's another solo kill. And now Volibear is down in bottom lane. It's not the lane you want to be. Grand entrance. Battle dance over the wall. And now
gonna
look at
happen
that.
again.
Ultimate Infinite Duress. We've seen this before, but now the
The Olaf
Ragnarok
has got the
is
ult to
available.
save it, but he just needs to keep poking him down because, like I said, the Warwick can just keep sustaining this. They just need to use their Q on the minion a few times and they're fine. They've also got the Vampiric Scepter in their inventory. But here, oh no. Oh, it's a horror. Oh, they missed!
Oh, they missed.
They
Look
fell
at
at
that.
the wall.
Trundle trying to help. Oh, the flash over the wall from the Olaf here. And now the second as X missed. What?
Even though they didn't die, though, they can't even walk up to the lane. Look at the wave state here in the top lane. They've just got everything that they want. They're going to grow to an even larger CS lead. They're going to get an even bigger experience lead. And there's nothing that the Olaf can do about this unless the Volibear comes up to help. But they've just abandoned the top lane to help out this bot lane repeatedly.
Oh my god, look at that damage from the Kog'Maw now hitting level 6. And the wave. We've got a 20 CS lead from the Kog'Maw against the Xayah here. And we've had a 30 CS lead for the Warwick.
Yeah, it's 300 gold in the
huge
advantage of the Kog'Maw. You've got 1,000 gold advantage in the top lane, and goodbye, Volibear.
Meanwhile, the blood. No, he has to use his ultimate. Look who's waiting in the wings. It's the Lulu to collect the kill.
Kill secured.
Meanwhile, mid lane, the Great Pillar plays by the Trundle. Cannon is there. But the Vulture to escape both champs. Olaf now, Olaf, I call him Trundle with the Herald placement in mid lane to collect some platings.
Yeah, decent amount of gold going into the back pocket of the cannon there. Just Cork is not able to actually clear these waves at the early stages in this game. You can see here, still in the top lane. Look at the CS lead. They've just been able to keep this freeze for almost the entire game. And yeah, just absolutely rolling over their opponent. They've got the level lead. They're going to be able to sustain any poke that he puts out and just keep the CS lead going. It's 28 CS at 10 minutes.
It's just growing and growing and growing. Look at that. It's just insane. 70 to 28. And it's getting worse every time. Oh, another engage. Now the ghost is popped. Oh, look at that living artillery. No, and still ultimate available. Feather Core from the Xayah would have been available. So no further action required. But it was so close that the Xayah could actually escape.
Package available in the mid lane, by the way. The Corky does have the package, but I don't think there's going to be any way for them to be able to use it. I would like to see them just go top and just go after this Warwick. Yes, you're not going to get the kill on him because he has the flash barrier and the infinite duress, but you just need to get this wave pushing back into the Olaf. The Olaf needs to get back into this game. He's currently 50 CS down.
50 Well, look at that. 1 minute ago, I said it was 30 CS, and now it's 50 in between. It's just a minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes later, and oh my, he's losing so much gold experience. And
I do want to watch the Olaf here because the wave is pushing back into him, but what he needs to make sure is he needs to make sure that he doesn't throw an axe through this wave. He needs to make sure this pushes back into him.
Meanwhile with mid lane, no slicing maelstrom used. Respect the Volibear here. Oh, great jaws to get behind the Olaf. Oh, meanwhile, the Trundle against the Volibear. The extra shield will come up.
Flash.
Oh, great flash by the Trundle. Still on the other side of the wall. But that flash, that was huge. And 2 turret shots now for the Warwick.
There's no way he dives this, right?
No. Ultimate Ragnarok is available.
No, Ragnarok's not. Oh, wait, did he?
Oh, meanwhile. Oh, the jaws.
He's still got barrier,
The healing is insane. Still healing. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane at the blue buff, the battle dance will come through. The blade caller to knock him in place. The Trundle. Oh, the
huge cannon ult.
The Xayah has to use the feather call here. The Corky is around. And he managed to shoot
the polymorph as well.
The Kog'Maw just flashed in the double kill with the Lulu. And it was just a massive fight. Look at that. And now meanwhile top lane. He used his ultimate. No infinite duress available.
Oh my god.
The last search shot. No. Oh, he used the barrier just in case.
Yeah, this is painful. This is going to be 100 CS lead soon. They're going to get multiple tower plates. They're going to be up possibly 3 levels.
Oh my goodness. That was just... that was messy. And that was perfectly played by CBS.
Yeah, you can see again.
Around the map.
You've got winning top lane right now, winning mid lane, winning bot lane. They should be able to close this game out in similar fashion as to what they did game 1. They've got a huge gold lead already extended it to 7,500 and... No, sorry, 6,500. My maths aren't working. This is a gank.
This is a gank. Volibear with the extra movement speed. The flash stun onto the Lulu.
But they don't have damage.
Available. Just a few seconds. The Kog'Maw is still alive. Oh, Now can walk forward. but
Lethal
the
tempo's procs.
knock up to escape him. Cannon is on the way, but a little bit too late. It's a 1-for-1 in the end, and still worth for CBS.
Yeah, getting kills on your Cogmore is always worth it. It's an absolute hyperscaler. So is he stun?
Ooh, stun from the
Wait a minute.
cannon here.
Oh.
The shuriken flip. It's not enough. Oh, battle dance use, grand entrance. Ooh,
Big
to keep
shutdown.
Place. And the shutdown, 750 gold. Meanwhile, the Trundle is around the passive
Goodbye.
from the Cogmore. Oh my goodness, he just exploded. He obliterated the Xayah here with the, I think that's the bite that was used on the Xayah.
Yeah, it's the bite as well as the passive from the Cogmore
Oh.
timed at the same time. And yeah, you can see that you got the Rage Blade in the inventory as well as the upgraded boots here for the Cogmore. They are going to be doing so much damage anytime a fight kicks off.
3-1-1, 122 CS to 98.
Volibear needs to be careful, he
Meanwhile,
could die
in the
here.
mid lane, Volibear is in a lot
And he's
of
dead.
trouble. Can he collect
Oh,
the kill?
no.
The cannon? No. The Volibear survived, but cannon still flash available. Shuriken flip. Meanwhile, top lane turret is... No, bot lane turret has been destroyed. And the hyena was around.
Yeah, he actually used his ult there trying to get onto the Volibear, but unfortunately missed it and then just walked out.
Oh, bottom lane. Xayah with the feather call used.
What flash as well
It
to
is
get out.
not enough. Flash used as well. Oh, that Trundle doing so much work here.
Lulu does need to be a bit careful though. Just very brave walking in there, just completely smacking the Rakan.
Yeah.
This Lulu
Could
does
be.
not care. This could be an engage here though. Lipsy Cat's got flash!
Oh, the slicing missile flash over the wall. No ultimatum. Just cracked completely because I was not expecting that. Nice engage. Nice flash with the slicing maelstrom. Remember, no flash and ultimate from the Xayah available. Oh, Warwick doing the solo herald here.
He
In
could
a
win this.
1v2 scenario. Can he
No,
get...
he's gonna flash.
He has to flash over the wall.
Here comes Cannon,
But
though.
The blast come back in because look who is there. There is a cannon.
Oh, he got it as
Slicing
well.
maelstrom. He managed to find
Oh,
the
it's a
arrow.
disaster!
That's a disaster for Adaptive. No flash use, no smite use, I should say, from the Volibear. And the last fight for Jaws for the hyena, and he managed to find the Herald. Oh my goodness, that's just a disaster. And the pillar to interrupt.
There's no way they killed
the
him here,
Olaf
right?
here.
Oh no.
No, he's going to
Oh
die.
no.
He is going to die.
Look,
and
when you're this
would have
far
been
ahead, you
crazy.
can afford a little bit of Hillian.
Yeah, of course. All right. That's fine, but look at the gold gap. Look at the... Oh, infinite dress just missed by a millisecond. Look at that gold lead. It's nearly 10,000 after 17 minutes.
Warwick doesn't have the mana to get out of this.
Yeah, grand
He could just walk it, though.
grand entrance.
Still has
used.
the barrier.
Still has the barrier, but I think you save it. There's no need to use... Oh, he actually used barrier. Another shutdown goal for the Xayah. I think in this case, just keep the barrier. All right, you're dead. You can't escape. You have no mana, no flash available, no ultimate. So just accept your death and keep the barrier.
Corky's got package. It could be used.
Not yet. What? Oh, look at that. The greed of the Lulu. She feels pretty safe.
Yeah, they're so far ahead that they are making mistakes here. Oh no, they wasn't actually able to use the package there. It timed out just as they went to W over the wall and they face planted into it.
No.
Instead, this is going to be a fight though.
Alright, no ultimate from the Rakan available. Enough. The slicing maelstrom to actually don't get damage onto 3 people, but to get the Rakan. That's just something. But that slicing maelstrom was a bit unlucky because it was stopped by the pillar vice from the Trundle here. So the placement was not perfect. It was perfect enough to get the kill onto the Rakan.
Yeah, they
but
still
not
get the.
to stun the other 2, the Xayah and the Volibear here.
Yeah.
But still, kill is kill.
Yeah,
And
they get
plus
the kill,
Drake.
they get the dragon, they get everything that they realistically wanted, with the exception of a massive fight. But Trundle's just going to bully this Volibear. Look at the damage that's going to go down. Where's the
Stormbringer
chomp?
over the wall.
There it is.
There it is. No, nothing used by the Volibear. But the Trundle is like, all right, I can move around the map where I want, and I have no fear. of everything. I don't have. I'm not feared about the Taya, the Olaf, the Volibear. I just do my work and I get it done.
Yeah, I think we've seen 2 MVP performances so far come out of Flipsycat here in the mid lane. They've been able to generate the biggest lead out of the both games so far. Excuse me. Currently is sat 2,500 up, more than any other of the matchup. Maybe with the exception of top lane, actually. They're approximately even, but Flipsycat's actually got more gold in the back pocket.
2,600 and 2,300 probably. So Warwick is 300 gold more than in difference between his opponent than the Cannon and the Corki. So Warwick is more MVP than the Cannon. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, he has nice stats. I appreciate that the Warwick wants to get the 420 here. And
yeah, no more kills, no more deaths, no assists.
No deaths, no assists.
In the honor of the immortal Darion.
Yeah, just be AFK, please. Don't die here. Yeah, perfect. Oh, look at that damage. Oh my goodness, just the Kog'Maw just walking forward.
Yeah, this Kog'Maw is incredibly scary.
No fear of getting killed here. The Lulu engaged on, but I mean, there is a Trundle around. There is always a Trundle around. I have the feeling. Whether you are and try to get a kill, there is a Trundle. There is a troll, and interrupt yourself.
Yeah, just out of vision every time you go for it. Pillar of Ice pops up and you go, well.
He's everywhere, and look at that. He's just getting another Pillar of Ice placed in front of the Rakan. The Battle Dance used with the extra range because of the
This could be a
Xayah.
kill in the top lane. He does have the ultimate to get away. Oh my god, look at that damage.
Oh my goodness, he just no escape route for the Olaf. Yes, he will escape, but meanwhile, bottom lane, the Storm and the package is not available right now. He's going into stasis. Should be an easy kill. Shut down
Baron's
onto
gone,
Gannon,
though.
but
Look at this damage from the Kog'Maw.
Same procedures last
Wait.
time.
Wait a minute.
2 down in bottom.
Wait a minute.
And you take the Baron.
What is Warwick doing? Warwick's having fun. He might lose his life for this. He does have the flash. He does have the barrier. Axe is going to connect.
But no. But look at who's there. It's the troll once again.
Oh
now,
my
boy, he's
God.
dead. He's still dead. He was playing with his food. But look at that. Whoa, just Trundle is like everywhere. In every single frame of this map, there is a troll. Try to protect you or try to kill you.
Yeah, I think Warwick's having a little bit too much fun there, running behind both of the, running behind the middle inhibitor turret, running behind the middle tier 2. Sorry, and it just getting caught out, dropping at the
ruining
end of
the
it.
420.
How dare he?
How dare he? Yeah. Well, same procedure when we talk about the bot lane. Same procedure, different game. 2 down in bottom lane. Tried to kill the mid lane champ. It was Vega in game 1. And now it was Cannon in game 2. And they said, alright, we go Baron. So, same mistake made by Adaptive. Or, I would call it mistake. I would call it opportunity, but don't respect that the Baron was on the map.
Yeah, I believe it was in full vision as well. There was a ward that just timed out in the pit, as we see Pillar.
Meanwhile, flash over the pillar. Slicing Maelstrom is available. Oh, that Cork is
Cannon
doing
doesn't have flash. He does need to
huge
be
damage.
careful.
Yeah, and look at that. The damage from the Corki was just insane.
Yeah,
The
he is this
cannon
big
is
scaling
nearly dead.
threat. He also has this like a lot of long range damage. He's actually, I think he's stronger than a lot of people give him credit for. He can always get his damage down safely and reliable, and he does a lot of it, especially going into the later stages of the game. So it's something that CBS need to watch out for. But they're nearly 10,000 gold up. This is going to be their 3rd dragon on spawn if they actually go for it. There you go. They've just crested 10,000 gold lead. 2 dragons. They should be able to get the remainders when they actually go for those. They should be able to close this game out, but if this Corki's able to just keep getting gold into their back pocket safely and reliably.
And he nearly has as much CS as top lane and jungle.
Here comes
from
the
his team.
Maelstrom!
Oh, the slicing Maelstrom onto 3 people. Still Feather Core available. The flash. Oh, the stop. keep her alive. No needed, but
Kog'Maw is ripping through
with the
them.
Special, even though Lulu is dead, Kog'Maw managed to find the kills and the auto attacks, and now he is just on a freaking rampage. 5-1-3, and another setup here for CBS. Great cannon engage onto the Xayah with his ultimate, and Flash used no chance of surviving here.
Yeah, forcing out that
Because of
Featherstorm
the
early.
Kog'Maw.
They drop the exhaust, they drop the flash to try and get away, and the Kog'Maw was there to flash forward. They've got the Ghost as well to be able to run them down. Gets all the damage down that he needs, gets a triple kill at the end of that fight, I believe. And,
Yeah, it was a triple kill.
Yeah, just able to pick up so much gold. Yeah, this Kog'Maw's at the stage of the game where he's just going to be doing a ridiculous amount of damage. No one's going to be able to stand up against him. You've got the cannon there, able to do a lot of damage with the ultimate, stun everyone up. Also buys a lot of space in these fights. Lulu's there to speed them up and keep them safe. And yeah, they're just able to just close this game out most likely, because there's no way that Adaptive are going to be able to fight them, especially down 12,500 gold.
This is just incredible. Even though Lulu is dead in the wild growth on herself, he just stand there and like an artillery and just sort of tagging, walking forward with his Ghost available, and managed to find a triple kill. This is just incredible from the Kog'Maw here. 5-1-3, 245 CS, 12,000 gold.
Here's another fight.
Totally.
And here comes
There's
Cannon.
Another fight.
Oh.
Here comes Cannon, but they have to flash out. The Stormbringer is not perfectly set up. There's what I think is the wrong direction. Meanwhile, bot lane, the fear onto the Olaf.
Oh, goodbye, Olaf. You are dead.
You are probably dead.
Wait.
Fear of Jaws. Oh, the Ghost. It just
No,
takes
it
but
just
the
runs him
Warwick
down.
passive. The passive.
Oh,
and
he's
he's
playing
just
with him.
playing with him. Playing with fire now. Another knock-up grand entrance battle dance used, but look at that. He's just obliterated. Can't do anything. Ooh, the fear. And now Olaf is getting killed.
It was actually quite smart of him to do that, because he actually delayed the death as long as possible, and you can see that the Baron's coming up in 1 minute. I think they might have liked it. I mean, I don't know whether it's BM or a calculated choice, but it could just be a case of them keeping them alive as long as possible to delay their death timer. Because if they had killed them earlier, it means that there's 5 of them back on the map as soon as possible. However, now you're only going to have 4 members on the map to go towards that Baron and try and get that control and vision, unless the Warwick ends up dying here.
Yeah, we get the fear done. He get the healing. He gets.
Wait,
can
no,
he get
there's
some more?
no way.
Oh, that barrier. He's a 1v2 Zimmer with the turret dive. Infinite the rest. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we have another fight. The shot Corky. And they managed to find the Woolly Bear here.
Yeah, it looks like the Kog'Maw picked up a kill. It's most likely a
Sorry.
case of them just running him down. As we see, Axe is going to land. This Kog'Maw is just ripping through the health bar of the Olaf.
This is just insane. That pillar
Look
was
at that
placed
damage.
perfectly. And
Look
now
at the
Kog'Maw,
damage.
It could be in trouble. Oh no, he's not in a trouble. He still have wild growth available. And now they pushing towards the end here.
4-item
Nexus
Kog'Maw. The
turret
Kog'Maw
falls.
can actually just sustain and go for this.
Second Nexus turret falls. Any second now, Kog'Maw is still alive. He's still surviving.
Look at the damage!
And now he's trying to get. Look at that damage on the slicing Maelstrom. The 3-man Maelstrom. Kog'Maw with the double kill. Can he get the quadra kill here? The triple kill first. But now, yeah, he get the triple kill. Can
That's just
he
gonna
get
be
the quadra
game.
kill? No, the game is over. And CBS in a dominating fashion in game 1, in a dominating fashion in game 2, managed to find the series, the win in the series against Adaptive. Wow.
Yeah, what a game coming out from the both of them. Incredible game coming out from the Kog'Maw and the Cannon here. Definitely a team effort on the side of CBS, but Cannon was there, got a lot of early kills, massive early game lead, was able to sort of set everything up, and then the Kog'Maw, as soon as he hits those 3-4 item spikes, he was just able to rip through absolutely everyone on the side of Adaptive. Most damage in the game as well, 29,480 for the Kog'Maw, 28,000 for the Cannon. So scraped him out towards the end of the game, most likely with those endgame fights actually able to do a bit more damage, but yeah, huge performance out of both the mid and the AD carry from CBS.
Yeah, I would give the MVP of the series definitely to the mid lane here, to Lipsy. He had a dominating game number 1, and now a dominating game number 2, even though his AD carry in game 2 and more kills, more damage, but the the setups were like just insane. The flash over the wall to get the double kill onto Rakan and Xayah at around the 15-minute mark. In the Drake fight to get the Xayah separated from the team. And now at the end, perfect slicing Maelstrom to get the triple kill for the Kog'Maw was just a great setup by the Cannon here.
Yeah, it really was. They was able to have such a massive impact in a lot of these fights, especially sort of like early and mid game, especially around that dragon as well, being able to blow so many summoners, blow so many ultimates, and just create so much space in these team fights for the Kog'Maw to actually work with, because whenever you've got that slicing Maelstrom down, no one can go anywhere near you. They have to hit you from range, and what it does is it buys a lot of space for the Kog'Maw to be able to just free hit, especially when they're buffed up by a Lulu.
Yeah, absolutely. And but in the end, don't forget the top lane with Warwick just dominating the Olaf here.
We do
That
actually
was just insane.
have an interview with the MVP of the series, the mid laner for CBS. So yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Did you give me the pity MVP?
It is not a pity MVP. We actually rated you highly in both games.
Thank you. I mean, I stole a lot of kills in both games.
Hey, it's not kill stealing, it's kill securing.
Ah, true. I'm the most important player in the team, and no one else matters, right?
Exactly. That's what MVP means.
yeah.
Exactly.
So, hello, my name is Lipsy. I am the captain slash co-captain slash whatever of CBS since Split 1, and yeah, I play mid lane.
And game MVP. Don't forget that important title in your belt.
Double game, both game MVP at a whole, and of course in the first game as well. With the Vega performance was just insane. First question, if I'm allowed to start.
Yeah,
here.
go ahead, man.
What are your thoughts about in game 1? You said, all right, your team picked the Morgana jungle. What are your thoughts? Or what were you thinking of picking the Morgana in the jungle? And for me, in the right order.
I can tell you now, we did not plan on picking everyone pick their own champions. So basically, the thing is, our team's kind of known for flexing Ornn. Like, we can play Ornn in a lot of positions. And once we saw, like, oh, wait, we can just flex, because we already had Morgana kind of locked in as support.
Yeah.
But then they decided to pick something, I don't remember exactly, and someone on our team, I think Mystic or Rabbit Panda, said, like, oh, wait, it's a Milio angle. So we just went Milio, and we decided to flex the Morgana to the jungle, because it still kind of works after the jungle changes.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably.
Was talking about it in the draft. I was definitely expecting the Morgana to go into the bot lane just because it neutralizes that fresh so heavily.
Yeah.
But I was definitely surprised when the Milio 5th pick came out. You threw us off because I was definitely expected to be an Ornn in the jungle and the Morgana at support. But Milio next pick was
and
definitely
yeah,
a surprise.
the Morgana was actually picked before the Thresh, which was pretty shocking to us. Yeah.
Yeah, I think about, yeah. All right, so it was that what started as a think of picking support in the end was a bit of a, I don't call it mistake, because it wasn't. It worked out for you. It was a how do you call it? Supportive jungle interaction.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Able to just sort of like walk into the lanes with the Predator, get down all the CC, black shield
Or-
anyone that needed it.
Probably that. Perfect. And yeah, so you had a pretty insane performance on the Vega in game 1, of course, in Cannon in game 2. So, personal by yourself, what's your thoughts about playing the Vega and the Cannon, for example? Not the champs you see that often in the mid lane. The Vega more often than the Cannon, of course. Well, what are your thoughts? Right. Okay, I'm good at control mage or burst mage champions, and I can find the perfect angle. Please, if you don't mind, please tell us about your thoughts here.
So in this server, I've played a lot of Seraphine, and it did get banned both game one.
Yeah.
Mainly just to support my team, but I was a Vigor one trick at one point for like 9 months, I think.
Mhm.
And it also got banned a few times in other series before. So this series it was left open, and they picked mid lane early. So I kind of knew like, I can just play Vigor here, should be fine. And
Yeah,
then-
sure, with the Lissandra, I think second champ that was picked.
Yeah, it was a second pick. I don't think I did like super well or anything. I was kind of more because I know from what I saw in OPGG, I don't think they really have Adaptive really have like main mid laner, or at least one like that didn't play today. So he seemed my lane opponent seemed a bit uncomfortable on Lissandra.
Yeah.
Which I definitely noticed, and yeah. So the Vigor worked out. Vigor has range over Lissandra, which definitely helps.
Of course, yeah, and the cage is one thing, and yeah, that looked pretty damn spicy. Even with the 0.50 delay in the cage, the cages were like on point, and it looked so clean. And
She got out of a lot of them, to be fair.
yeah. I think 5, 6, 7 times or so, but as a whole, when you tried to escape, there was a scene, I don't know if you remember, you were chased by Lissandra and Set, and there was the Milo next to you around the 20-minute mark or so. You managed to escape by placing one of the cleanest cages I've seen.
I think it was Morgana who was next to me, and it was
Or
Set
Morgana,
and Mumu.
yeah.
Yeah, it was Set and Mumu. I placed the cage, and they both were in it, like on top of it, so I did get out.
But
Yeah.
but in our thoughts, you were dead. So we already declared you as, all right, he's dead. But
I was
then
really
you,
ahead, yeah.
but then you managed to escape those, and that was very clean to watch.
Yeah, and as for the Kennen pick, I was on vacation for a few days hiking, and I didn't really like. We were talking about draft plans in our like private chat,
Yeah.
and we were talking like, oh, what if we just go this like crazy all in, like just go in lane? And I love playing Kennen, I love playing Gnar as well, but I don't play top lane a lot.
Yeah.
So we were like, maybe just play Kennen mid. Like that seems fun. But then they drafted Xayah Rakan, so we kind of had to change our draft. But we already picked Kennen because it could be flexed to top lane as well.
Yeah.
And maybe ADC if we're feeling really spicy. So I ended up with the Kennen. I don't think I had a super good game, but in the end we won still, and still pretty handed, like solid wins.
Yeah, I do have one final question before we let you go, which is what's your overall thoughts on the series that you sort of just played? I know that you were expecting to win, sort of like also just being a pot 1 against a pot 3 team, but what's your overall thoughts on the series as it sort of unfolded?
Like with every series, I'm a little nervous before, just a little bit. But once game 1 started, and I kind of got a feel for the first like lane, I see my top lane. Like shout out to my team, of course. I see my top laner solo kill set as Ornn. I see my bot lane 2 kills up, 100 CS up or whatever. I'm just like, all right, we got this. And then it just just chill, and then we pick the like fun draft in game 2. And yeah, I mean, there are definitely more stressful games, but overall, yeah. I can't say too much. I spent a lot of time mid lane this series, so I can't say too much about the enemy team. About their performance, I don't really know.
Good. Okay, so for going into next week, we have another match scheduled, which is going to be for tomorrow, which is going to be the Krusty Crew and SBMT, which is going to be, I wonder, that's on Group B side, isn't it? Yeah, so that's going to be the opposite side of the bracket for you guys. So tomorrow at 8:30 Central European time. We've got Krusty Crew against SBMT, which is actually going to be a pot 1 against a pot 2 seed, so that should be a interesting match to see how those two place it up. So yeah, I hope everyone here. Oh wait,
everyone, I would just like to say, be sure to check tournament as well, because PEG are playing against Lost to Boris currently, and the series just went 1-1, so they're playing game 3 right now.
they are
If
indeed.
anyone feels like
and
spectating them.
I'll hopefully be commentating them later when the replays come out.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will let everyone shoot off and enjoy their evenings. I will say a goodbye to the stream. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you tomorrow for the Krusty Crew against SBMT. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Have a good evening from my side as well. Enjoy it.